Let's turn now to Florida, Mika.
All right. The new Morning Consult poll has Biden ahead by about 7 points, 52 to 45%. And Emerson College poll has Biden up by 6 points, 51 to 45. The latest New York Times Siena College poll has Biden leading by 3 within the margin of error, 47 to 44. And an ABC News Washington Post poll has Trump ahead by 2 points, 50 to 48%. This seems close, Joe. What do you think about Florida?
Well, I mean, yeah, I look at all the polls, and I think only the New York Times Siena poll and the Washington Post poll actually, I mean, you can average those two. And I mean, if you look at the data right now, it looks like we're tied. I mean, so just to walk through the data, and Jonathan Lemire, I'll go back to you on this because we've been studying this closely over the past week, and we'll talk to Mark Caputa next hour about it. But the Democrats started with a 430,000 vote spread between Democrats and Republicans with absentee votes. We saw over the past week Republicans just 50,000 a day. We're picking up 50,000 a day. And one official who's been doing this for 30 years said they'd never seen one party win in such a linear way as the Republicans did. They knocked it all the way down to 89,000 this past weekend. Democrats stopped the bleeding. It's up to about 100,000 now, the difference. Now, why does this matter? Hillary Clinton had a 90,000 vote difference. And out of that, she ended up going into Election Day with a 275,000 vote lead. So those 10,000 extra votes for Democrats, or ballots for Democrats, are important. And a Democratic operative I spoke with last night, who's been following this extraordinarily close, thinks they're going to pick up an additional 10,000 a day with absentee ballots, an additional 10,000 tomorrow, which means if that's the case, and if they end up with a 20 or 30,000 vote or I get party affiliation advantage, that could be quite significant. But at the end of the day, both Republicans and Democrats come down to say this is all coming down to the others, the non-party affiliations, the third-party affiliations. Those are 2 million voters. It'll be probably 2.5 million voters on Election Day. If those break for Joe Biden by 2 or 3%, the Trump people feel good. If they break by 5%, they still feel like they can win it. The Biden people, by their polls, say that they think they're up by 12, 13, 14, 15%. But it's very volatile. One Biden campaign person who helped run Hillary's campaign said those independent voters were plus 11 for Hillary before the Comey letter and plus 2 for Trump after the Comey letter. So they are persuadables. And what direction they've broken over the last 3 weeks or so will determine who wins Florida. So it is still, from everything I'm hearing, it is still a jump ball, Jonathan Lemire. What do you hear?
I spoke to a senior Biden person on Friday who at that moment was really worried about Florida, seeing a real softness in Miami-Dade County in particular, saw the surge in Republican voting and felt that Florida was one perhaps slipping out of reach. But that has now changed over the weekend. As you say, they feel like they've stopped the bleeding and that now this is a 50-50 ball game again on Tuesday. There are also some hope Democrats have that Republicans have cannibalized their day of vote, that some people, Republicans who would normally vote on Tuesday, already have voted this past week, after the president's series of campaign rallies here, where he was urging, indeed, people to turn out. And as you say, we can't overstate the importance of these independents. And certainly, election-wide, the trend has these independents have broken to Joe Biden. Will that happen on Tuesday in Florida? We shall see. But certainly that is something the Biden campaign has grown hopeful about. The Trump side, they've always believed Florida was in the bag, but they now feel that indeed it is close. They're going to be sweating it out on Tuesday. They know, of course, that they have no path without it.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.